It's Chris here for IFLtv and MTK Global, and with me I have got Jonathan Graham and Andy Jennings. Guys, can you tell me a wee bit more about how you're involved with Ireland's Last Man Standing?
It's a co-promotion, Chris, between ourselves and Kaz and Connor in Assassin's Box in Ireland. It was an idea that came up a couple of months ago, and obviously it grew with legs. We had a couple of meetings about it, and then it kind of spoiled from there, and that's where I launched this evening.
Can you see this being a giant stepping stone for Irish boxing and the Irish boxing scene?
Well, it's going to be massive. Like, there hasn't been terrestrial television exposure for Irish boxing in a long time. I think in around 10 years. So the fact that there's going to be terrestrial television exposure and a platform like this that is going to give explosive fights and a fan-friendly format, you can't go wrong.
And with this format, it's allowing a lot of light middleweights and super middleweights all to come together within a whole catchweight of 155 to 165. Do you see this giving people the opportunity to really kickstart their career and really fight on a television platform?
This is Paddy, by the way. Paddy's the real boss around here. But yeah, no, absolutely. When you just take a look at the whole kind of prize for our concept historically, you see fighters like John O'Carroll, Willie Casey, Martin Rogan. It's kickstarted their career, and you have to look to Martin Murray, who's went on and he's boxed at a really, really high level since then. So look, without doubt, this is gonna profile. It's gonna profile and it's gonna grow fighters.
With it being on like terrestrial television, and the guys were talking more about it being streamed via an app and going worldwide, can you see us getting the exposure that you expect to take it to the next level over the next 2 to 3 years?
Do you know what? It's really hard to kind of say what exposure you anticipate. We'd be happy if we could just profile boxers, appeal to the casual fan. But I think with the benefit of terrestrial television, and particularly the app, you're going beyond a catchment. You're going beyond the catchment of your casual fan and your demographics that watch terrestrial television. You're going into demographics and cohorts of people who will be exposed to the app, who'll download it, who'll watch it from abroad. So we think, look, it's all good.
It'd be great for boxers to be actually boxing live on television again, and not just people reading articles on them. It's going to enhance their careers, and it's going to be great for boxing in general.
Yeah, we've saw really in the concept that you've said, like Katie Taylor going across the water and developing over there for the promotion of Irish boxing. Hopefully we're going to have her back on the aisle fighting within 2018. But can you see Irish boxing taking it to a new level with the likes of Katie Taylor as a world champion, with Ryan Burnett, double world champion, and Carl Frampton now coming back into the scene? Can you see this as the emergence of Irish boxing, not just at the professional level, but also the development at amateur into the professionals?
Well, one of the things that Irish boxing always had in comparison to other sports and other things in Ireland is that we were always better at boxing than we were comparatively. Like, you look at the global scene, the amount of world amateur champions, European champions that we produced, and in the professional scene, as you said, Carl, Katie, all of them, it's like we are amongst the best at boxing. So tournaments like this and exposure like this can only help it. And if Katie does come over and fight in Ireland, it'd be great to see Craig O'Brien. He's actually managed by Paddy and promoted by Red Corner on the show. He's funny, he's fan friendly, and he's good. Like he's one of the best boxers out there. So,
like, what people fail to realise, boxing is our most successful sport in the Olympic Games. That's where we get all the medals.
Talking of that amateur scene, the winner of this Ireland's Last Man Standing will receive a prize fund of €25,000, with the addition of that €5,000 going into the amateur sport club of that boxer. Can you see this being a good stepping stone for those amateur boxers, and can you also see other personnel and kids wanting to join the amateur boxing league to develop, not just seeing role models, but seeing better clubs, better training facilities and better coaches?
It's happening grassroots boxing. There's coaches there, they work at the bottom. Eventually the kids leave for go to come pro. So where it helps build confidence, keeps kids out of trouble, keeps going forward.
Like, boxing's cyclical anyway, so what you have is amateur boxing goes to pro boxing. So if you're giving back to amateur boxing, right, and Paddy and Andy, I tell you, they run a club in Bono Boxing Club, what you'll see is that clubs are very underfunded, under-resourced, so on and so forth. So to give money back to the clubs is not only, you know, helping that kind of circle of feeding your future professionals, but it's also the right thing to be doing, because amateur boxing is where it starts off, you know, and the majority of amateur boxing supporters are the ones who come out and support our pro fighters as well, you know.
That money will go work wonders for a boxing club, like for paying rent, bags, anything that breaks, like trips away or weighing kids into tournaments. That'll work wonders for any club.
Okay, Andy, Jonathan, Paddy, thank you very
Fair
much
play,
for
Jim.
talking to
Thank you very much,
IFLtv.
Thanks, Chris.